The Divi Blurb is a very powerful design module that you can use to design various items on your website. So in today's video, I'm going to show you step by step how to set it up, how you can use it, and also add in a bit of design elements to make it really look awesome. Now, before we get started, I'd like to remind you that if you buy Divi using my affiliate link, I will give you access to my web design formula course, a course that teaches you how to design professional looking websites with Divi. All right, guys, let's dive in and let me show you how to get started. All the links to that video description below. All right, so what I've gone ahead and done here is to create a page. So all I have is the builder here. So all these techniques I'm going to show you can be used on an existing page, but I just want to start off on a clean slate so it's easier for you to follow. All right, so let's start off by adding our rows. So I'm going to click here on this plus button. So I'm going to give you two examples here. So let's search for our blurb. So I'm going to search for it here, and there it is. I'm going to select it. So when you first see this, you can see here it's lacking a lot of design. There isn't much to it. So we want to really customize this and make it look awesome. So first of all, there's two things that we need to take care of here. So we have to decide whether you're going to use an image or you're going to use an icon. So this is where you go if you want to change the icon. So I'm going to come over here, and then I'm going to select use icon. Okay, so these are the icons that I can use here for now. And so let's go ahead and choose this one here. All right, so now that I have my icon here, still you can see that things are pretty basic. So if you want to go in and start customizing this, we can go in now into the design and start working on this. So over here on the design tab, let's start here with this logo, okay? So if I click here on this paintbrush tool, it's going to take us now to our icon color. So I can change my icon colors here. Look, as I click here, my colors are changing. Now I can also add this icon into a circle by just doing that. And now you see that my icon is in a circle, and that is pretty cool. Okay, so the next step now is to customize our font. So let's go ahead and do that. So again, I'll click here on this paintbrush tool, center that. I'm going to do the same over here as well. I'm going to center this too. Now let's change our fonts. So this font here, ideally, I want to use Poppins. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Now, if you want to increase the size, you can just come over here and increase it. Same applies here with the title. We can change to Poppins. I'm going to select that, and I can make it all caps. But you know what? Let's not have all caps. I'm also going to increase my weight here to bold so it can really stand out, and increase my size like that. Okay, let's go with 24. So now that I have my main design element in place, the next step now is to add, say, a background to this so that it really stands out. Let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to come over here, click on content, background. So let's add a background color here. So I'm going to go with this. Okay, it's very subtle, but it is, you know, pretty okay. Now you can see that our content is pretty much touching all the edges here. So we can fix that by adding some padding. So I'm going to come over here to spacing, and let's just add 2 VW here. So I'm going to add this all around, and just by keeping an eye on this, I can see how much more I need to add. So I can see here, I can go with 3, maybe even 4. There we go. Okay, so now I have enough breathing space. So I can further customize this by coming over here to the border, give this some rounded corners. So let's go with 5. So I've just added some rounded corners here. Now I can also add a box shadow. So let's add a box shadow by just coming over here. We can choose several styles here, but you know what? I'm going to go with this one here. Now I can customize this by playing around here with the strength. So let's just reduce this a little bit here to about 12. So I wanted that subtle, okay? I don't want to have it a bit too much. So I want it nice and subtle, just about that. So I'm going to go with -10. Okay, so I've added my box shadow there. Save that. So now you can see I have my blurb. So this can be used on several items on your website. This could be on your services, but the most important thing I need to focus on here is styling it. Okay, now let's do another version, and this time we're going to have an image in this style. Okay, so over here now, I'm just going to duplicate this, drag it over here to the right. and let's go in and start making our customizations. So first of all, I'm going to come over here to image and icon, and I'm going to disable icon, and let's add our image. So the image I'm going to go with is, let's have a look. All right, so let's go with this image right here. Upload image. So now you can see that my image has been added in there. I can also further customize my background. So let's go ahead and do that. This time, I want to go with a dark background. So my product here really pops out. So it's important that our product here is really out there so you can see it. Okay, so now that I have this, the next step now is to reverse our colors for our fonts. So I'm going to come over here, click on this little paintbrush icon, change my colors. So the colors I'm adding here just work well with what I have here in the image. Okay, let's go with that as well for our color. And pretty much we're almost there. I'm going to also give this image some rounded corners. So I'm going to go with 5 as well. And just quickly, just like that, I was able to go in and customize our blurb and make it look really, really awesome. So as you can see, the blurb can be used in so many ways, and this will enhance your designs. You can also use gradients for the backgrounds. In fact, let me show you a quick example of how you can do that. So let's say you want to add a gradient here. I'm going to duplicate this one here. And let's add a gradient. So I'm going to come over here, click on this gear icon. So this time, instead of having a solid background, we are going to add a gradient by coming over here. Click on this plus button. So already you can see we have a gradient going on here. Let's change our second color. There we go. So I've chosen this lighter color. Now I can play around with my gradient direction. So you can see there that it is working. Okay. So let's change these colors. Go with something a bit different. There we go. Again, I can play around here with the gradients. Now, because we have a pretty dark background, we may need to reverse this. Change the colors here so our text can really show nicely. And we may also need to change the icon here. There we go. So I've changed my icon, the icon background. And the icon itself, perhaps I can make it dark like that. Okay, so there we go. We've used a background gradient for that, and that looks pretty cool. Now, what we can also do is we can add an image in the background. There's so many ways we can play around with this, but I'm pretty sure you have an idea of what this looks like. All right, guys, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe and bell notification. By doing so, you'll be notified when I release new tutorials. Until next time, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.